Well, hey, I think we are back in business. Today is the 26th, Memorial Day, and happy Memorial Day to everyone. And hopefully, I will be able to upload this. So we'll see. Actually, the last couple of days, I have been using my other camera to do my live recordings. And to be honest, actually kind of enjoyed that. So I think perhaps we'll be doing more of that, more alternating. I might do the digital sometimes and then do the other way. So we'll see how that goes. So, anyways, I won't know until I'm done with this video whether I can upload it or not, whether there's enough disk space for me to do it. I guess if you don't see this particular video, then you'll know that I didn't have enough disk space. So, anyways, or actually, maybe you won't know anything one way or the other because if I don't upload it, you won't know the problems that existed. There you go. So, well, since it is Memorial Day and since I am on my computer, maybe we can draw something that's patriotic today, huh? What about that? Well, let's see. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do. Let's see. Maybe well, I don't know. Let me see. Um, in my head, I'm thinking maybe having somebody saluting. That would be kind of cool. So, well, we'll have somebody here saluting. All right. There we go. So, and knowing me, it's going to be a girl. Well, knowing me, yeah. Yes, it is. A gal, a patriotic gal. Huh? What do you say? Let's see. Of course, back in the day, the girls didn't, they didn't wear a lot of gear if they were serving. And let's see. Oh yeah, I could give her a hat. That would be kind of cool. Give her some kind of yeah. I saw a movie last night that I thought was particularly funny. It was called The Pinup Girl, and in fact, they ended it with a very patriotic ending where they had a stage thing where a bunch of the girls were marching around, and it was pretty cool actually. It was really I'd never seen the movie before, and they got this gal that looked like Betty Grable. For those of you who follow pinups or know anything about pinups like I do, Betty Grable was a very popular um, pinup girl. The movie was really pretty silly, to be honest. It was about this girl who um, she liked guys and guys liked her, and she was just a real pretty pinup girl, and so she was always telling guys that she loved them and encouraging them. And a lot of the guys thought that she wanted to, and that she was going to end up marrying them, and she promised to marry them, but she promised like hundreds of guys this. She was just doing this to just encourage them, but it got her into all kinds of trouble. The movie was kind of silly. It was fun to watch. I'd never seen it before. Called The Pinup Girl. But anyway, it had a very, I thought, a very nice, patriotic kind of ending to it. So in a sense, I was kind of surprised that I saw it yesterday or last night rather, which of course is right before Memorial Day. I thought that was kind of particularly interesting. So, anyways, so yeah, we'll do a patriotic thing. We'll have a young lady here standing in front of the flag. Put our flag here, maybe. Like I have in the background there on my wall. So let's see. So we got that. Let's see. All right. Let's add a layer. Okay. All right. So we'll black with that. Let's see. Maybe bring it up a little bit more. All right. Yeah. Remember, once again, I was tell you to make sure that when you're doing your line work, um, when you do a line, remember that you need to get into the line and keep your pen guided on the page until you finish that line. And that way you have a much better chance of getting the line consistent and right all the way through. And that's going to be really, I guess, for lack of a better way to say it, it's going to be a discipline that you'll probably have to work on a little bit because it isn't the easiest thing to do. And also, too, you may need to turn your board in a direction so that you're able to get the entire image down. So let's see, since I've started with black on her, we'll keep that consistent. I want to give her blue eyes. So yeah, I'll give her some blue eyes here. I'm going to put that underneath the black. And some brown on the underneath the eye. I probably should have done that. No, actually, you know what? Let's go with a flesh color so as to match the flesh color that we'll get later. Well, I can always match that out. Yeah, there we go. All right, so yeah. So back to the black. Let's see. Well, let's see. We'll just do. Okay. Yeah. See, so as you move your hand, you want to try to move it in a direction. See if you can't keep it on the page so that you get the whole movement. See, you move your arm and your hand and get kind of a sweeping move if you can manage it. It isn't always the easiest thing to do, so don't be too hard on yourself if you can't get it perfect the first time. You may end up, going back into the line several times trying to get it, or moving the board, or erasing the line and doing it again and again. Lord knows I've done that many times before I got to a point where I could make a kind of a smooth line. And even now, you can see I don't make the lines perfectly smooth every time, even now. So, but you do the best you can. What are you going to do, right? Because usually what happens is by the time you paint this thing, the color kind of takes the curse off of any mistakes that you make with the line. So you don't notice them quite so much. They're there, but you can kind of go like, look the other way. Let's see, we'll go out just a little bit so we can see. There we go. Yeah, I like to try to get some nice sweeping lines, if possible. I love a woman in uniform. Women always say, I love a man in uniform. At least that's what they used to say, or at least that's what I heard that they used to say. I love a man in uniform. You do? Isn't that sweet? So guys are that. You know what? That may have been the reason why a lot of guys wanted to fight, because they knew that women loved men in uniform. So they thought, oh well, maybe she should. If I go fight, she'll love me. I could see guys doing it for that reason. I sure could. I'll bet you that a lot of guys did that for that reason. They probably said, "Yeah, I'm gonna go fight because Mary Lou will love me if I fight because she'll think I'm cool because I'm in uniform." You know, so I wouldn't be surprised. Oops, I will that out. Let's see. Back up. Yeah, there we go. So let's see. Yeah. All right, and then okay. So then on the flag, let's go back to the line, and we'll do. Yeah, we'll do this. Do that. This. That. That. This. And just let the flag be a backdrop. Let's see. And with the stars, the cool thing about the stars is that you could make one and then copy and make others. So, like, you can go copy, paste, paste. So you end up with a bunch of stars that are exactly the same so that you don't have to draw them the same. See what I mean? Whoops. You just make one and you just use that one over and over. See? Yeah, that works great. So we'll take the rough out. Okay, let's see. We'll take this off. Then let's see. We want to. So you need to connect these lines, you see, so that when you put your paint on, the paint is going to stay inside the lines. So you have to connect them off like that. All right then, so let's see. I'm going to pick the color for her skin based on the line underneath the eye. There we go. Let's come up a little bit so we can get that color consistent. All right. Let's see. I want black for in here. And let's see there. I was gonna go black on the hair, but I don't think. Let's go with like a really dark. Let's see what I want to do with the hair. Maybe make. Oh, the hair could be brown. That's good. I got her eyes blue. Red lipstick. So let's see. We'll go with a darker red on the top, and maybe a lighter red on the bottom, slightly lighter. Let's see. So on the color of the outfit, we want to go with a blue. That's nice. Let's see. I guess black on the tie. I guess. I guess that would be black on it. That's good. Okay, yellow or maybe like an orange. Yeah, I don't know. Is that right? Maybe some colors here. Let's see. We could have a blue and maybe a dark blue there. I don't know. Or maybe a darker. Let's see. Maybe something like that, maybe. Yeah, not real savvy on. Let's see. Go back out. All right. And let's see. Flag. We have a blue field. Let's see. Yeah, kind of a darker blue field, kind of like that. Whoops. I think it's bleeding in. Let's take that. Let's see where it is. Oh, okay. I see what happened there. Got it. Yeah, that's got to be connected here, so we don't bleed that color in. So we want this here, and so we got white on that. Let's see, red and white, of course. So we want to go with, well, I guess that's it. Say that, that, and that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, then let's see. What are we doing? We want any highlights? Yeah, maybe some white. Let's see. Maybe a little white highlight in the eye. Oops, oh, it's underneath. Put it on the top. There we go. A little highlight on the lips. Okay. All right, I think that should do it. Let's see. Back up. Okay. All right. Happy Memorial Day, huh? All right. Well, that's my my patriotic image for the day. Yeah. All right. I guess I could say Happy Memorial Day here, but I could do that. Sure could, and I might do that. Anyways, well, hey, happy Memorial Day, folks, and hopefully I'll be able to upload this. Like I said, you'll know whether I can or not. For those of you, once again, who are interested in my book, I will put my blog spot in the description if you're interested in buying a sketchbook. I'd be happy to put a drawing in it personalized to you if you're interested. And once again, happy Memorial Day, and don't forget, Jesus is Lord.